Hi, I've had a curiosity about making a wash tub bass, and the only problem is I wanted something smaller. I didn't want something that would take up quite so much space as a wash tub or a tea chest bass. And I also like to sit down when I play instruments. As you can tell, most of my videos are actually made in my recliner couch, so I don't really strain myself too much when I'm off the job. So I made what I call a pickle bucket cello, and I'll show you what I did here. Here's the bucket, and you can see I removed the top rings that would be holding the handle. This is a 5-gallon bucket, so I cut it off right at where that bottom ring would be on those 3 or 4 rings. Cut it off there, and then I made a couple cross beams. There's one on top of the 2x4 in there too. I don't know if you can see it. That runs the length, and so I've got a cross member that goes from side to side on the bucket, and then it's also screwed in through the front and the back. So there's 4 screws with washers holding it on, more so in the front where the tension will be, because as you put the rope on, you pull with the pole. And the hole in the bucket was just a clean drilled hole through there. I want to put bigger washers on there to lessen some of the stress on there. And anyway, then here on the 2x4 I drilled a hole for my post to sit into. It's a little bit bigger than the post. The post actually came off of a coffee table that I pulled out of the trash can. As you can tell, it kind of looks like that fake bamboo, probably from the 70s or 80s. And I just wiggled the table enough to where you can see it actually popped out of the leg joints of the table. So now I have 2 of these. Maybe I'll give one to somebody or whatever. Otherwise it's going to end up being firewood. So I placed the post inside its notch. I pull the rope tight, and this is the part I'm going to have to work on a little bit, fine-tuning it. Right now all I'm doing is wrapping the rope around the pole, and I'll probably end up putting some way where I can secure it better, and then maybe have a tennis ball or something on the top to where I can actually hold the tennis ball. But I'll give you a little sound sample here. It actually is a lot louder in person than it is just using my Mac here. The 2x4 does allow the bucket to rest up, which is what I wanted it to do, so that noise could get out. I may put a sound port on here. I'll have to ask other people how it sounds when they're not sitting on top of it. Anyway, so I'll turn the camera here so you can see the bucket, and I'm actually sitting down, and you can see my foot on the 2x4 holding it down so it doesn't pop up, otherwise it'd pop a wheelie. And the post is in its hole here, and now I'll give it a couple thumps. Anyway, you get the idea. It's a lazy man's bass. It's called Pickle Bucket Cello. Hope you got a smile or a smirk or something out of it. Maybe an idea.